So I just got back from about 16 days teaching in Australia, which was a very, very good trip. I was invited to go by a group called Mitra, which means Dharma Friends, in Sydney. And it's a group of people who some years ago were all students from the different tertiary institutes in Sydney, and they got together to create a weekend-long conference. And now they're all alumni, but they still get together and create the conference, and they're trying to bring in the young people from who are in the current tertiary institute Buddhist groups. So they're all kind of in their 20s and 30s and full of energy, and they organized this very nice conference. It was 2 days long. It was they hired one of the university's auditoriums and some other rooms. And so they had some plenary sessions with, one speaker, then some breakout groups, and, some meditation thrown in, and some movies. And so there was really, quite a variety of activities. And also, they invited a variety of Buddhist people. So it was really nice. There was Ajahn Sujato and Ajahn Brahmali from the Theravada tradition, who I know. There's Venerable Huifeng from the Chinese Mahayana, who I met at the previous Mitra conference. There was one Rinpoche whose previous life was Dagmala's brother. And yes, and yeah, he just came for the morning, so I didn't get that he spoke. I didn't get a chance to talk to him any more than that. There was a monk from Singapore, and and then a few lay teachers who came. So it was a very varied group, and good speakers. And then, of course, they publicized it throughout the city, so there was a wide variety of people who came too. Many young people. I mean, and it's really quite encouraging in Australia to see a lot of young people interested in the Dharma. Yeah. So it was a 2-day program, very nice. I gave one of the plenary talks, one of the breakout sessions, and then I was on a panel, and then they also showed the video of Sravasti Abbey there, which was nice. The panel was quite interesting. It was, the panel I was on the topic of the future of Buddhism. Is it going to be kind of degenerated, or is it going to be revived? Yeah, and what do we see as the future? So it was very interesting because we got into talks about Dharma light, We got into a discussion about the role of the Sangha there and the role of lay teachers and lay practitioners, and, kind of what people were interested in. Are they interested in meditation, in study? Because there seems to be a variety of different groups, and of course the person who mainly taught meditation, he said everybody wants to meditate, and and then I know more about the university thing, and so I said, well, actually there's a lot of people who are now practitioners who are at the university level. So it was really good because we could exchange ideas and fill out the whole picture. So that turned out very well. The first part before the conference, the first week I was mostly in Chenrezig Institute and in Brisbane, speaking at Tibetan centers. And then after the conference, I was mostly in Sydney and outside of Sydney, speaking mostly to Theravada groups. Yeah, I have some karma. Everywhere I go, I'm invited to speak in Theravada groups, which is nice, I think, because it really, makes for a lot of dialogue. And then, and I went out to visit Santi Monastery and Bodhisada Monastery. Those are 2 Theravada monasteries. And also I visited Nantian Temple, a big Fo Guangshan branch there where they have tour buses of people coming, but it's really nice because a lot of people who wouldn't meet the Dharma go there and meet the Dharma. And then the last evening, because I changed the schedule the last 2 days, then I was back in Sydney and I had a free evening. So I said, let's get all the Mitra people together, because I spoke at one university that week too, and the kids had a lot more questions. So I said, let's get everybody together and we'll just have a Q&A session. So the night before I left, in one of the members' houses, the parents set it all up, and the kids came and we had a really nice Q&A session. Yeah, so it was a very, very nice trip, and very good to be back here, of course. But, spreading the Dharma in different places is also very encouraging.